That is the honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this human being, that everything is created for the exploitation of human beings. Because they are the ultimate creation of this world, and they are the ones whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the responsibility of establishing this dunya, this world. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything for them. Therefore, we should not give precedence to anything material over the human being. We should not sacrifice the human being for a material thing. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this noble position to human being, and He made them a khalifa, and He created everything for this human being. The human being is sacred. But the way we are dealing with the human being now on the face of the earth is that we are killing human beings and destroying them for material gain. And that's why Rasulullah ﷺ says that the Muslim is sacred in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than al-Kaaba. Hurmat. Dam al-Muslim, the sanctity and the sacred position that is given to the blood of the Muslim is more than al-Kaaba. That is the honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to the son of Adam. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have honored the son of Adam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the angels that I will place a khalifa on earth, what did they say? They said,
قالوا وتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك. Will you place therein those who will make mischief therein and shed blood, while we glorify you with praises and thanks? Are you going to place on earth someone who will shed blood and cause corruption when we are glorifying you? How did the angels know that human beings will corrupt on the face of the earth? Adam was not placed on the world yet. Why did the angels say, you are going to place someone who will cause corruption and shed blood in the world? There are two explanations given. One explanation is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the angels ahead of time that this is what human beings will do. The second explanation, and this is mentioned by Ibn Abbas, that jinn were living in this world before, and they caused corruption, and they shed blood, and they fought with each other, and they corrupted this world, and they caused so much evil. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent on them armies from the angels and also Iblis to fight against them. And then they were pushed and cornered to the islands of the ocean. So the angels said, why are you going to place someone on earth who would cause corruption and shed blood again? So these are the two explanations given. There is no hadith to support any one of them. These are two explanations given to the ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قَالَ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. I know what you know not. I know what you know not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى خَلَقَ آدَمَ مِنْ قَبْضَةٍ قَبَضَهَا مِنْ جَمِيعِ الْأَرْضِ فَجَاءَ بَنُو آدَمَ عَلَى قَدْرِ الْأَرْضِ جاء منهم الأحمر والأبيض والأسود وبين ذلك والسهل والحزن والخبيث والطيب وبين ذلك. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Allah created Adam from a handful of dirt, picked from all of the earth. So the children of Adam became red, white, and black, and everything in between, and they became soft and tough, bad and good, and everything in between. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam from a handful of dirt. This dirt was taken from different parts of the earth. So there was black soil, there was white soil, there was yellow soil, different colors. And then some of this soil was taken from mountains, and some of it was taken from valleys. And it was mixed together. So the son of Adam, the descendants of Adam, came out in different colors. Because the dirt they were created from is from different colors. And they came out with different qualities, because some of this dirt was taken from mountains, and some of it was valleys, some of it was from fertile land, and some of it was from infertile land.
So you have some of them are righteous and some of them are evil. Some of them are easy to deal with and some of them are tough. They came out according to the material they were created from. What was Adam created from? Turab, dirt. But that was not the only name that was given to the material we were created from. We find in Quran that the components of our body were described with different terms. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called it turab, which means dirt. Allah has called it teen, which means clay. Teen al-lazib, sticky clay. Salsal, sounding clay. Hama'im masnoon, black, smooth mud. Why were these different terms used to refer to the material we were created from? Turab, teen, salsal, hama'im masnoon, teen al-lazib. Dirt, mud, clay, sounding clay, black, smooth mud. In the beginning, it was dirt, turab, dirt, soil, that was taken from the earth. And that is turab. And then this dirt was mixed with the basis of every living being, and that is water. جعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي. We created from water every living being. When it was mixed with water, it became mud, teen. And then this mud was left for a while. And when you leave mud for a while and the moisture in it reduces, it becomes sticky. It becomes sticky. In the beginning it is loose mud because it has a lot of water. Then when the water level decreases and the moisture decreases, it becomes sticky. And it holds to your hands, sticky. And that is teen lazib, sticky clay. And then that sticky clay was left for a longer while. The smell of it changed. And the color of it became darker. And that is hama'im masnoon, which is black, smooth, and smelly clay. Because it was left there for a while. That material was taken. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala molded out of it the form of Adam, the body of Adam. That body was left to dry, and it turned into salsal, kal-fakhar, clay like pottery. When you knock on dry clay, pottery, what happens? It makes a ringing sound. And that is salsal, min salsalah. It makes a ringing sound like a bell. So the body, the form of Adam, the empty form of Adam that did not have the soul yet, it was just a material. It was left to dry. And then when you would knock on it, it would make this ringing sound. It is said, this is not a hadith, but it is said, that Iblis, he saw this body lying on the ground. He didn't know what it was. So Iblis walked up to the body of Adam, and he knocked it. And it made a ringing sound, and it was hollow. When he knocked it, he knew that it was hollow from the inside, empty. He said, هَذَا خَلْقٌ لَا يَتَمَالَكْ. When he found out that it's hollow, he said, this is a creation that is weak. It's hollow from the inside. And then he said, لَإِن سُلِّطْتَ عَلَيْكَ لَأُغْوِيَنَّكَ وَلَإِن سُلِّطْتَ عَلَيَّ لَأَعْصِيَنَّكَ. If I am given influence over you, I will guide you astray. And if you are given influence over me, I would disobey you. He is our enemy from day one. Adam is not even alive yet. It's just a body that is lying there. And he said, if you are given influence over me, I'm going to disobey you. Let's do the same thing and disobey him. Rasulullah ﷺ says in the hadith narrated by Muslim, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ آدَمْ عَلَى صُورَتِهِ. In the beginning we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created Adam with His own hands. Adam was honored that he was created with the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A great honor. And that is mentioned in the hadith of Shafa'ah. When the humans would go to Sayyidina Adam on the Day of Judgment and they would say, you are the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blew His soul into you, and you are the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created with His own hands, and you are the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the angels bow down to, and make sujood. Honoring that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to Adam. He was created with the hands of Allah. Rasulullah ﷺ says in the hadith narrated by Muslim, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ آدَمَ عَلَى صُورَتِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created Adam on His image. On His image. An-Nawawi gives an explanation to this hadith. He says, what is meant by Allah has created Adam on His image, it is not talking about the image of Allah. It is talking about the image of Adam. Allah created Adam on the image of Adam. You might wonder, well, what does that mean? What do you mean Allah created Adam on Adam's image? That would mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam as he was, in his adult form that remained with him. In other words, Adam did not go through the stages that we go through, of being an embryo, and then a fetus, and then an infant, and then a child, and then an adult. خَلَقَ اللَّهُ آدَمَ عَلَى صُورَتِهِ. Adam was created on His image. He didn't go through changes of images like we do. We go through different changes of images, from fetus, from embryo to fetus. It looks very different when you go from the one cell to the, when it then multiplies and the embryo is in the early stages, and then the fetus. If you look at it, the image could change within days. But with Adam, he was created on that image from day one. And this is diametrically opposed to what the theory of evolution says. The theory of evolution states that human beings came through an evolution process that started with a chemical reaction, and then the one cell, the single cell, and then multiple cells, and then it goes up and up and up until it reaches to the human being in the end of that long chain. That is completely contradicting to the truth. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created Adam with His own hands on that image that remained with Adam until he died. But let me say that Islam does not completely disapprove everything in the theory of evolution. Islam disapproves some and approves some. Islam disapproves the part of the theory of evolution that states that nature is the creator, or that things came out of random. Islam is against the part of the theory of evolution that states that human being evolved from a single cell and then it went up to the ape, which they call the closest relative of the human being, and then the human being. But Islam is not opposed to the part of the theory of evolution that says that species adapt to their environment. We see that around us, that different species learn how to adapt to different environments. But we say that that happens with the will of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blew the soul into Adam. Ar-Ruh. Our body without a ruh is part of the earth. It is dirt. Our body is made up of carbon, oxygen, copper, iron, sulfur. That is our body. And when the soul leaves, our body decomposes into its origin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says,
مِنْهَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ وَفِيهَا نُعِيدُكُمْ وَمِنْهَا نُخْرِجُكُمْ تَارَةً أُخْرَى.
We created you from earth, and you will return to earth, and then we will resurrect you again from earth. We are nothing without the soul. The essence of life is not in this materialistic body. This body that we have is dead. It is material components that are dirt, came from the dirt, from the earth. What puts life in us is the soul, and that is the secret of life. And it remains as a secret, even with all of the advancement in science and technology that we have. They came to Rasulullah ﷺ and said, tell us about the soul. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. They ask you about the soul, tell them that the knowledge of the soul belongs to Allah, and you have been given very limited knowledge. The soul is a secret that only Allah knows. And our knowledge of the soul is very limited. This question was asked to Rasulullah ﷺ 1400 years ago. Our knowledge about the soul did not change much since then. We don't know much about the soul. The Soviet Union, under communism, they disbelieved in anything metaphysical. They only believed in the physical world. Everything that is metaphysical